Hey there, if you are just so tired of chronic back pain and you're sick of those temporary fixes that never seem to last, then you've come to the right place. Today, we're going to dive into something called spinal decompression. It's a gentle, drug-free approach that really aims to solve the problem right at its source.
So let's just be real for a second. Is that constant nagging pain kind of holding your life hostage? Is it stopping you from playing with your kids, or just enjoying a simple walk, or even just getting through the day without wincing? If any of that sounds familiar, I want you to know you are definitely not alone. And the good news? A real solution might be a lot closer than you think.
Right. So that struggle, it often leads to what feels like a revolving door of treatments, doesn't it? We're talking about the heavy toll of chronic pain, and it's this really frustrating cycle that goes way, way beyond just the physical feeling of it.
And here's the problem, right? So many of those treatments just mask the symptoms. The relief feels good for a bit, but it's temporary, because the root cause is never actually addressed. So let's explore a different path together, one that isn't about just slapping a Band-Aid on the pain, but about creating deep, sustainable healing, really from the inside out. Okay, so what is this hopeful alternative we're talking about? Well, it's a gentle, non-surgical solution that's designed to fix the actual underlying problem. Let's break that down a little bit. So, spinal decompression therapy, it's a non-surgical treatment that uses this really specialized table to gently, and I mean gently, and precisely stretch the spine. The best way to think about it is like this. It's creating breathing room for your discs and nerves. It relieves that awful pressure so your body finally has the space it needs to start healing itself.
And this is where the magic really happens. Relieving that pressure does a couple of critical things. First, it helps stop that constant pain signal that's been driving you crazy. But even more importantly, it creates this kind of gentle vacuum effect. And what that does is it pulls oxygen and all those vital nutrients back into the disc. You're basically kickstarting your body's own repair system, which allows it to start reversing years of compression. Pretty amazing, right?
So, the big takeaway here is absolutely crucial. This isn't just another temporary patch. We're talking about a fundamental reset for the health and the actual structure of your spine. Okay, that all sounds great in theory, but I know what you're probably wondering. What does it actually feel like to go through it? Let's walk you through the experience. So, picture this. You're just lying down, resting comfortably on this state-of-the-art table. There are no sudden movements, no discomfort. It's just a really calm environment where the technology starts to do its gentle work. So as the session gets going, the machine applies this really slow, controlled stretch. And you might start to feel tension you've been holding on to for years just start to release, kind of layer by layer. Then, that awful pressure that's been pinching your nerves starts to lift as that crucial space finally opens up between your vertebrae. Each session only lasts about 20 to 30 minutes. And for so many people, it's not just painless, it's actually deeply relaxing. Some people even say it's meditative. It's this dedicated time where you can finally feel that persistent pain start to just melt away. All right, so who is this actually for? Who's a good candidate? Let's take a look at the specific conditions that really respond well to this kind of therapy. This therapy is super effective for a really wide range of issues. And you know what they all have in common? It almost always comes down to pressure and compression. So we're talking about things like herniated or bulging discs, degenerative disc disease, sciatica, that's a big one, spinal stenosis, or just chronic neck or lower back pain. It can even help with facet joint issues or lingering pain after a failed back surgery. The core goal for all of these is to relieve that pressure. If you see your diagnosis on this list, then decompression could be an absolute game changer for you. But look, creating that space, that's just the first step. It's a huge step, but it's the first one. To make sure that relief actually lasts, the most effective approach treats decompression as the centerpiece of a much fuller strategy for healing. Yeah, the goal isn't just to stop the pain and send you on your way. It's about restoring your body's strength and balance. I love how Dr. Jacob Martin puts it. He says it's about performance, balance, and true healing. And to get there, well, that requires a full-body strategy. The first pillar of that strategy is supporting the spine by working on the surrounding tissues. There's an amazing therapy called SoftWave. It uses these FDA-cleared sound waves to reduce inflammation and literally activate repair at a cellular level. It's kind of like giving your body a superpower to heal the muscles and tissues that support your spine.
Okay, pillar 2, you have to reinforce those great results. That's where chiropractic care and physical therapy come in. With these, you're not just aligning the spine, you're retraining your posture and strengthening the right muscles to support that new alignment.
This is the part that prevents re-injury and really makes the healing last.
And finally, Pillar 3 brings it all together, whole body wellness. This means looking at lifestyle factors like how you move, what you eat, and how you manage inflammation. This is how you build a solid foundation of health that ensures you don't just get out of pain, you stay out of pain for good.
So, you see, when you combine that targeted decompression with tissue repair and real structural support, what you get is a powerful, personalized treatment plan. It's a non-surgical, drug-free path to healing. And it all has one simple goal: getting you back to actually living your life again. So I want to leave you with this one question, and I want you to take a second and really think about it. What could you do? What hobbies could you pick up again? Who could you be if that chronic pain just wasn't a factor in your life anymore? Just imagine that for a second. Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer.